You can even boil it if you really want to be completely on the safe side bacteria-wise. But I've done that and not boiled it, and it didn't cause any problem. And you can make your sugar water with raw sugar, or with maple syrup. That's real maple syrup, not the corn syrup caramel color garbage. Real maple syrup. It costs about 3 or 4 times as much, but it's worth it because it's real food and it's not going to harm you like the corn syrup will. And corn syrup, by the way, is very, very, very highly refined. Corn, as it grows just naturally, can be a good food. We've messed with it so much that it's become a problem food for a lot of people, unfortunately. But corn syrup, you definitely want to stay away from. So feed your bees something that's not going to depress their immunity and cause them to become sick or catch a hive disease or something like that. Why is there corn in everything? Probably because it's cheap. It's kind of like soybeans, and it's cheap, it's easy, it's convenient. They can do a lot of things with it. They can modify it into a lot of different forms. You can have the starch, the syrup. You can have the modified proteins. You can have all kinds of things, and it makes it real convenient for processed food manufacturers to get different effects with their crackers and their chips and their everything else. And so that's probably why. Unfortunately, especially those two crops, the corn and the soybeans, are some of the most commonly genetically engineered crops that they have now. And that's another thing. They never did any safety testing on, by the way, before they introduced it. They just figured, well, it'll work in this plant, let's do it. And the government's actually going along with it, which absolutely disgusts me. But I would not touch a genetically engineered foot with a 39.5-foot pole. I don't go anywhere near them. If I find out something I'm eating is genetically engineered, I throw it away. I will not allow that in my body if I can help it. I do not want that. We have no idea what the effects are of it, and it's still even too early to tell. But we're starting to see a little bit of the long-term side effects because it's only been out for a little while. And what we're seeing so far is not pretty. Especially the way that it's killing a lot of butterfly populations because they've bred corn to produce its own pesticides now. Bad idea. Why not just have healthy corn and then it won't need pesticides, self-produced or sprayed on? Well, I'll tell you why. Because you can't patent normal wild corn seed. Unfortunately, they're letting them patent genetically engineered life forms now, so Monsanto, thank you very much, is getting patents on these genetically engineered seeds, and they want to control the whole world market of seeds. I hope they never will. I hope we'll stop them before they get that far. But I think they would love to do that because then they would have a monopoly on the whole world's food production, and that would mean insane profits for them. So I think that's probably what they're going for. Let's stop them before they get there. We do not want them in control of our food supply. We don't want any one entity in control of our food supply. I don't care who it is. So I'm not just picking on Monsanto. I wouldn't trust myself in that position either, to be the sole person in charge of the whole world's food supply. Any sort of centralization is just a way of getting more control. We need to have people growing their own food in their own gardens. And that's what's going to solve world hunger and these other problems that we have. And so there's my soapbox for the day. Hope you enjoyed that. And let's see, where are we going? So to answer the honey question, is it healthy? If the honey is healthy, then it will be healthy for your body. If the honey has been destroyed and processed in the wrong way, then it's very unhealthy, and you might as well be eating white sugar. Excuse me. Okay.
little frog in my throat there, sorry.